So what about feeling in harmony? I want you guys all to think right now of a time where you felt absolutely amazing, truly incredible. Now imagine feeling that way every single day. In 2012, I couldn't imagine that. I was full of fear, anxiety, and uneasiness. I couldn't make future plans, I was barely eating, I was having full-blown anxiety attacks, and I realized I didn't really know who I was or what I liked. So 2012 was the lowest year of my life. So you know what? You can't always see what is under your own 2 feet. I realized I needed help, so I started working with 2 therapists. I read books on books on books. I journaled like crazy. I paid attention to how the foods I was eating was making me feel. I started being aware of my thoughts. I strived to live in the present moment. And then you know what? I felt as if I needed to be absolutely perfect, and I would beat myself up every single time because I would still make mistakes and be a mess up, and I had all this knowledge. But you know what? Feelings are just that. They're feelings. And so the thing about feelings is that we give them power when we talk about them and we share them. But the thing about feelings is that they change. They're not there all the time, they're temporarily, and you move through them. So one day it all clicked. I can only be as good as I can be today in this moment. And I embrace that fully. And so now, I know my faults, I see my struggles, I learn more about them, and I strive every day to just keep doing what I need to do. And so the things that I've learned in my life and the changes that I have made have transformed my life in ways that I could never explain. And so today, I'm going to teach you guys my top tips to help you find self-harmony, both harmony in your life and with yourself. So tip number 1, eat foods that make you feel good. Foods directly impact how you feel. Foods are actually rebuilding your blood. They are going to your organs. The foods you are eating make all the difference. So the thing about food is that it's personal. What works for one person isn't going to work for another. You have to experiment. You have to figure out what it is that you like. And so I always suggest focus on fresh fruits and vegetables and add more of them in. Also aim to drink about 2 liters of water a day. And if all you did was drink water after hearing me talk today, I would be happy because you'd be flushing out your toxins, you'd be improving your skin, and you'd be gaining more energy. So it's something as simple as water. So I challenge you as you eat to pay attention to how foods are making you feel. Move and exercise. So as humans, we are meant to move. We are meant to get up and be active. And the longer we sit, the more tension we are creating in our body, which is adding to our stress. So when we move, we're now capable of refocusing and stressing less in a sense. So a few weeks back, we did a step challenge with the ASRs in which we asked them to walk as much as they could every single workday for an entire week. And may I say that day, or that whole week, I think I got more things done, had more energy, was able to go home and do things. It felt amazing. So I'm asking you to just move, do squats while you brush your teeth, take the stairs, dance, do whatever you need to do to get up and get active. And then of course, exercise is amazing. So exercising for 5 minutes, that's just it. Get your heart rate up for 5 minutes. Even that little bit of change will make a difference. Plus, exercise helps with everything. Cardiovascular, bones, muscles, everything you can name it. Plus, the emotional piece to all of this. So this has to be probably my favorite slide out of this entire presentation. And there's an author, his name is T. Harv Eker, and he says this all the time. You are not your thoughts. And I'm going to say that to you guys again because it is probably the most powerful statement or thing that I've ever learned. You are not your thoughts. How do we know that? Because we can hear them. If we were our thoughts, how would we be able to hear them? So what I want you to understand is that once you change what you're thinking, you're going to be changing what you're feeling and what you're believing because your thoughts are initiating all of that. So you have a thought. You now have 17 seconds to get yourself into a higher vibe place. How do you do that? You can use mindfulness techniques. So that could be using your senses, paying attention to colors, paying attention to the sounds around you, talking to yourself, feeling your body, whatever it is that's going to get you in the moment. Because once you become present, everything else stops and the thoughts are no longer there. The other thing about your thoughts is that it takes 5 positive thoughts to counteract 1 negative. So I don't care what the negative thought is, and I don't care what the 5 positive thoughts are. If it's something that doesn't make you feel good, you now think 5 things that make you feel good in an instant. And then you change. You're getting back into the harmony. For me, journaling transforms my life in a way that you do not even know. Imagine having conflicts in relationships and you can't talk to that person and then you write about it and it's gone. It's that simple. All you're doing is putting your feelings and thoughts on a piece of paper. If you don't like a pen and paper, then use your computer, use your phone, whatever it is, but get how you are feeling out of your body. It's gonna make you feel more free. Sleeping is crucial, extremely crucial. And so when we do not sleep enough, we are more prone to moodiness, weight gain, sugar cravings, anxiety, depression, and so much more. Also, when you don't sleep enough, you're more likely to react to people rather than respond to them. And if we want to have good relationships, we might want to respond more than react. So if you're sleeping, that is going to benefit you as well. So I always say, aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. If that is a struggle for you, then create a sleep routine. That can include meditating, drinking chamomile tea, putting on lavender oil, journaling, dimming the lights, taking a bath, whatever it is that's going to relax you and get you into sleeping. Another thing is be mindful of your screen. So a lot of times we can use apps to have our phones become a more warmer color. When it comes to our work computers, I actually did this recently and it totally reduced my headaches on Mondays. I downloaded an app called Flux. And what that does is you enter your wake up time and it basically changes the color of your screen throughout the day, which is going to help improve your circadian rhythms and your sleep. One more. So be deliberate with your time. Do things that make you feel good. Because at the end of the day, this is the time you have right now. And if you're doing things that don't feel good, if you're going to hang out with people, if you're saying yes to things that you do not want to do, I'm here to remind you, just don't do it. Because why are you wasting your time in things that don't feel good? So a lot of times you feel that self-care is selfish. But the reality is that without self-care, we cannot show up in our life or be there for other people in the way that we should, or could, or can, right? So we want to initially take care of ourselves because we love everyone else around us, and then they'll love us more, and it'll be great. And so I also suggest finding hobbies. We heard earlier the piano helped tremendously when it comes to depression. So find things that you love and enjoy that you're excited about. So don't wait for your feelings to change to take action. Take the action and your feelings will change. When I started my journey, I didn't know if the pain would stop. I didn't know if I would get to a different place. I didn't know what it would look like. And the journey never ends. I'm still constantly using it and growing on it. But what I want you to know is that today, all it takes is one thing, taking one small step, recognizing one goal, and doing one thing to get closer to it to make the change. So my door is always open if anybody ever wants to talk about these types of topics.